Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm just waiting on two of my colleagues to jump on so we can get this thing started. Yes, thanks. I actually got it in New Orleans. Hey,
Hey,
Jewel.
Marshawn. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month, period. Okay, sir. Yes.
How's your week been?
It's been busy. I'm still on a search for an apartment, but I think I'm kind of like narrowing it down now. So,
I love
yeah.
to see it.
Thanks. How's your week been?
That's good. Excited to start Black History Month. Um, just trying to be productive. Can't believe we're already 1 month down in 2023. It's so wild.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna grab our pinned comment real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. And everyone, feel free to drop in a comment things that you're doing to kick off Black History Month as we wait on our second guest. Well, third.
Welcome to the space, everybody.
There you go.
And if you can please pin that Whitman-Walker, we'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So if you're in need of HIV or STI testing, feel free to give Whitman-Walker a call at 202-797-4439. You can schedule an HIV or STI testing appointment. I don't know if my hair is visibly dripping wet, but I just washed it, so.
Oh my God. Okay. So, Jewel, do you want to give it maybe like 2 more minutes?
Yeah, then we can get started. How was your weekend?
It was good. I'm trying to remember what I did this weekend. Um, I went and got a seafood bag and I kind of just like chilled in the house. But overall, I had a great weekend. What about you?
Sounds lovely. What did I do? Hung out with the friends and then mostly chilled in the house and like worked on some projects.
Yeah, because I remember you said you were gonna like work on your coding and stuff like that.
Every
Okay.
weekend. All
Okay.
day. Yeah.
Okay, it looks like Real Talk DC just joined us. So thanks everyone for your patience. We'll be starting shortly.
Allergy meds in the background.
Hey,
Hello, hey Angelina, how are you?
I'm
Hey,
good.
Angelina.
Hey,
Black History Month.
happy Black History Month to you too.
How are you?
I'm good. Good.
Okay.
And you?
Well, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's the first day of Black History Month, so I'm walking with power.
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess we can go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining us today, everyone. As you know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Whitman-Walker's Community Health Department has expanded its outreach efforts to the social media platform. We cover various, excuse me, we cover various topics about HIV, STIs, sexual health practices, access to care, social determinants of health, and public health interventions. The community health team is here to educate and support you. Again, everyone, hello, my name is Marshawn, pronouns he and she, and I'll allow my two colleagues to introduce themselves.
My name is Jewel and I use she, hers pronouns.
My name is Angelina and I use she, her.
Thanks, and we all work together to bring educational Instagram lives to this space with the Whitman-Walker Health's Community Health Team. As you know, as we've said a couple of times already, today is February 1st, 2023, which means it's the kickoff to Black History Month. Yay! So, everyone, please join the three of us today as we discuss the origins and the current theme of Black History Month 2023, which is Black Resistance. As you may or may not know, Black History Month is the annual celebration of achievements by African Americans and a special time for recognizing our essential role in history. Originating when Carter G. Woodson established Negro History Week in 1926, he realized the importance of providing a theme to focus the attention of the public. The intention has never been to dictate or limit the exploration of Black experience, but to bring to the public's attention important developments in merit emphasis.
Thanks for that, Marshawn. And just wanted to shout out the Association for the Study of African American Life and History for this wonderful source for our script today. We really appreciate you for eloquently putting this all together. It's a great rundown of the Black American experience and all of the accomplishments that we've made. But African Americans have resisted historic and ongoing oppression in all forms, especially racial terrorism of lynching, racial persecutions, and police killings for centuries. These efforts have been to advocate for a more dignified, self-determined life in a democratic society in the U.S. and beyond political jurisdiction. The 1950s and 1970s in the U.S. were defined by actions such as sit-ins, boycotts, walkouts, strikes by Black people, and other allies of a multitude of backgrounds, all in the fight for justice against discrimination in all sectors of society, from employment to education to housing. Black people have had to consistently push the U.S. to live up to its ideals of freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Systematic oppression has sought to negate much of the dreams of our griots like Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston, and our freedom fighters like the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Septima Clark, and Fannie Lou Hamer, who all fought to realize this dream. Black people have sought ways to nurture and protect Black lives and for the autonomy of their physical and intellectual bodies through armed resistance, voluntary immigration, nonviolence, education, literature, sports, media, and legislation/politics. Black-led institutions and affiliations have lobbied, litigated, legislated, protested, and even achieved success. It's been no small feat.
In an effort to live, maintain, and protect economic success, Black people have organized and planned insurrections against those who enslaved them, such as Haiti, and armed themselves against murderous white mobs as seen in Memphis, TN 1892, Rosewood, FL 1923, and New Orleans, LA 1900s. Additionally, some Black people thought that the best way to resist was to self-liberate as seen by the actions of those who left the plantation system. Henry Adams and Benjamin Pat Singleton, when they led a mass exodus westward in 1879, and Bishop Henry McNeil Turner of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, who organized immigration to Libya.
Black faith institutions were also spaces where Black communities met to organize resistance efforts, inspire people to participate in movements, and offer a space during times of crisis. In addition to promoting awareness of the countless issues and activities, media outlets were also developed, which include radio stations, podcasts, and newspapers. The iconic journalist Ida B. Wells, author of one of my favorite books, The Memphis Diary, Ida B. Wells, used publications to contest the terror of lynching, which were pivotal in sharing the successes and challenges of resistance movements.
Black medical professionals also worked to establish nursing schools, hospitals, and clinics in order to provide spaces for Black people to get quality health care, which they often did and do not receive at mainstream and medical institutions. For economic and financial independence, businesses such as Binga Bank, there we go, Johnson Publishing Company, Parker House Sausage Company, Soft and Sheen, and more were developed to keep funds in the community. In order to resist inequality and advocate for themselves, Black men and women and people in general formed labor unions based on trades and occupations. Some examples include the Colored National Labor Union, the Colored Musicians Club, the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, and the Negro American Labor Council.
Education, whether in elementary, secondary, or higher education intuitions, have been seen as a way for Black people and communities to resist the narrative that Black people are intellectually inferior. When Carter G. Woodson founded Negro History Week, NHW, in 1926, he saw it as a way to provide and resources to critically educate students about their history. The grassroots network of Black teachers used this week not only to lionize individuals and narratives, but also to teach students about racial progress. And as well as shared and collective responsibility, they developed assignments and curriculum to provide students with the tools to succeed. Historically, Black colleagues in universities were developed by Northern white philanthropists, but they emerged as a space for the formation of activists, artists, business owners, educators, and etc. And their continued operation have stood as a test investment in creative thinking in the face of the changing landscape of higher education. Furthermore, students at HBCUs were at the forefront of the civil rights movement, Black power movements, and social justice movements from the 19th to the 21st centuries.
African American spirituals, gospel, folk music, hip hop, and rap have also been used to express struggle, hope, and solidarity in the face of racial oppression. Music has been used to illustrate societal issues, including white and state sanctionized violence, for example, Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit, sexual politics, for example, Salt and Pepper, Let's Talk About Sex, have been used as motivation to strengthen against harassment and to experience freedom. The Black artists, writers, photographers, and musicians who participated in the Black arts movement, the Harlem Renaissance, and the Chicago Black Renaissance were the soundtrack and the visual representation of resistance movements. These individuals created art that supported the resistance movement, but also provided a space for Black people to express love and joy. Creatives use poetry, fiction, short stories, plays, films, and even television to counter stereotypes and to imagine a present and future with Black people in it.
With all those mentions of Renaissance, we have to honor Beyonce herself on this world tour release day.
We
Happy
most definitely
Renaissance,
have to.
Historically and today in the 21st century, Black people have worked the political angle to seek their rightful space in this country. Where race is concerned, legislative or judicial action to deal with controversial issues has often come late. The historic Executive Orders 8802 and 9346 are responses to A. Philip Randolph and the All-Black March on Washington movement's threat to lead a 50,000-strong Black workers' march into Washington, D.C. And all three of the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, and the Fair Housing Act were concessions to the civil rights and Black power movements. And also they're what a lot of LGBTQ activists would base their legislation on for all the rights that the LGBTQ plus community has secured today. So we think those history makers in that effort as well. Every advance, improvement in our equality of life, and access to levers of power to determine our own destiny has been achieved through struggle. John Lewis advised that we do not get lost in a sea of despair, but be hopeful, be optimistic, and our struggle is not the struggle of a day, a week, or a month, or a year. It is the struggle of a lifetime. Never, ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble.
Lewis' advice is true not just for the 21st century, but also during the antebellum period as seen in the narratives of the enslaved, such as Frederick Douglass and Harriet Jacobs, to testimonials about lynchings and ongoing police violence against African Americans. With the murders of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, and thousands of other Black women, men, and trans people, there are new movements and organizations that are pushing for the justice system to investigate police-involved shootings and white supremacist vigilance nearly 179 years ago. The Rev. Henry Highland Garnet proposed that only one path to freedom, justice, equality, and self-determination and social transformation is resistance. Garnett shouted, "Let your motto be resistance, resistance, resistance."
By resisting, Black people have achieved triumph successes, which include, but not limited to, the progress as seen in the end of the chattel slavery, dismantling of Jim and Jane Crow segregation in the South, increased political representation at all levels of government, desegregation of educational institutions, the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the opening of the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History here in DC, and increased diverse representation of Black experiences in media. Black resistance strategies have served as a model for every other social movement in the country. Thus, the legacy and importance of these actions cannot be understated.
As societal and political forces escalate to limit access to and exercise of the ballot, eliminate the teaching of Black history and critical race theory, and work to push us back into the 1890s, we can rely only on our capacity to resist. The enactment of H.R. 40 of the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, the Breed Act, and the closure of the racial wealth gap is not the end. They too will require us to mobilize our resources, human and material, and fight for justice, freedom, and equality, self-determination, and social transformation. This is a call to everyone to study the history of Black Americans, responses to establish safe spaces where Black life can be sustained, fortified, and respected. Thank you all for joining us. Please honor your Black identities, your intersecting identities, your intersecting Black and queer identities in this 2023 as we take the opportunity to prioritize our own needs and happiness. And before we go, we just wanted to share a few reminders about HIV and STI prevention and testing services available through Whitman-Walker.
Learn about Whitman-Walker's health testing services and locations at www.whitmanwalker.org. Testing. HIV and STI testings are available by appointment at Whitman-Walker locations. Call 202-797-4439 to schedule a testing appointment and be ready to check out our website for the most up-to-date hours. Whitman-Walker's locations are as follows: the Max Robinson Center at 2301 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue Southeast in Anacostia. Whitman-Walker Health at 1525 14th Street Northwest near Logan Circle. If your community or organization is interested in the Whitman-Walker providing mobile health services in your neighborhood, start mobile health at whitman-walker.org to access HIV prevention tools like PrEP or PEP, or start treatment for HIV with Whitman-Walker Health at any of our locations. If you've already gotten vaccinated, congratulations. You've taken a really important step to preventing yourself and your loved ones. If you haven't been vaccinated and you're looking for an appointment, Whitman-Walker Health has the COVID-19 vaccine available. Please reach out to us at 202-207-2480 to make an appointment. For DC residents, you can find information on the COVID-19 vaccine walk-up locations and at the vaccinate.dc.gov or by calling 855-363-0333. For Maryland, you can call 855-634-6829. And for Virginia residents, you can call 877-829-4682. If you haven't been vaccinated and you're not looking for an appointment, please continue to follow the CDC guidelines.
Thanks for that. And a quick monkeypox update. According to the CDC, there are more than 29,000 cases of monkeypox documented in the U.S. In DC, walk-up vaccinations will be provided on a first come, first served basis to eligible residents, and hours may vary upon location. You can pre-register for the monkeypox vaccine appointment and learn more at preventmonkeypox.dc.gov. Virginia residents, Virginia is working with local care providers to contact trace and identify those most in need of the monkeypox vaccine. For Maryland, Various counties in Maryland are allowing residents to pre-register for the monkeypox vaccination, and the Maryland Health Department just released a pre-registration system. Please visit your local state's health department for more information on how to register and get vaccinated against monkeypox. Thanks everyone for joining us. Before we leave, remember to follow us on IG, Facebook, and Twitter at Whitman-Walker, and check out our website, www.whitman-walker.org, for the most up-to-date information on our services. For COVID-19 resources in general, Whitman-Walker Health Services, please give us a call at 202-797-4439, and be sure to follow some of our programs in the Whitman-Walker family at Real Talk DC _ and No Filter DC on Instagram. Thanks everyone, and I hope you all have an amazing Black History Month.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.